What's the most expensive thing you've broken? I had a meltdown at like 12 years old and home alone. I ended up throwing things sporadically throughout the house and I ended up hitting a brand new 55 inches flat screen TV. I turned it on in a panic, and the display was completely broken. I pretended like nothing happened. I never got in trouble for it. I don't think they ever figured out it was me. We had family over earlier in the day, and some of the children are reckless, so they assumed it was one of them. A house. The fire was nice though. My dad's flat screen TV when I was 14. Playing Mario Kart 64 and whipped the controller at it. Also bought a ninja sword off eBay the same year and stabbed a couch to test it out. My dad was a patient man. A $4 million jet engine. Really though, it was a team effort. One-stroke $4 million oscilloscope. $10K to repair. Experience is directly proportional to the amount of equipment ruined. Somebody. I have lots of experience. A Gundam model that I was building for my cousin. A pinky promise in the 2nd grade. Got an intestinal disease and it turns out your liver and intestines are very valuable on the black market. Dropped a dead shaft-tiled roller at work recently. One of those bad boys cost $1,800. Ended up ducking 2 of them in one drop. My error ended up scrapping an $80,000 assembly, but then the vendor, who was a method-acting master at his job, saved the day. But it was a really shitty 24 hours before I learned I was saved. A $10,000 virtual reality camera fell right off the tripod. Luckily it was such a bloated organization that I just told them it needed to be replaced and we had a new one by the next job. Still not sure if honesty is always the best policy in cases like this, but I technically didn't lie. A condom. A classmate of mine accidentally fell into our robotic mannequin Frankie in the nursing lab. It now can't blink. The atmosphere monitoring unit of a US Navy attack submarine. Crashed a couple different cars. Friend's scooter that he special ordered some paint job for. €1,700 worth ruined by one small crash. A man's heart. No, seriously. Do you know how much those go for on the black market? I was playing Wii bowling and the remote hit the TV. This was a pretty long time ago, but it was a DS. I broke the mainspring on my prized pocket watch, or more precisely, it snapped from wear and tear. $400 to get it fixed. To make sure I got my money's worth, I wrote down a whole list of things that had to be done to it, and gave it to the watchmaker. New bow, new glass, new set of matching hands, in blue steel, and nothing else. Full tear down, cleaning, servicing and calibration. And he did it all without an extra penny of payment. If I have to pay that much, I might as well get my money's worth. Not me, but my friend once threw a magnet across the backyard that the metal burglar bars in front of. The backyard patio glass door attracted and sent the magnet into the door. I never saw that friend again. A PSVR prototype on Warsaw Games Week. I was working on a stand with a prototype of PSVR. It was basically the ready product at this point, just some minor changes were done. But it was 2 years before it came out to the stores. And theoretically I broke it. What do I mean by theoretically? Well, we were told to put them on people's heads. And I did. But before I managed to say to the guy to hold on a while, cause the cables got stuck. He started to move and the headset flew off of his head and shattered on the ground. Don't know how much exactly it was worth. But if not for the people that confirmed it as a pure accident I had no control over, I would be paying $25K. as it was what my cop track said I would be fined in case of destruction of the headset. My LeapPad frog, I gave it a bath. Or my Kindle Fire, I gave it viruses. Breaking 2 of my dad's wine glasses. Either my phone when I dropped it horizontally with force and it hit the wall, or my dishwasher in my student accommodation, which I definitely didn't break. The power went out. Couldn't turn it on without isolating the part of the kitchen with the dishwasher until we turned the dishwasher off. And it definitely didn't happen the moment I decided to open it whilst it was on. All I'm saying that if opening the dishwasher whilst it's on is going to cut out the power for the entire house, then maybe it should have a lock on it like the washing machine. A really old lamp my mother owned. And a girl's heart. Still feel bad. I'm having a hard time figuring out what exactly it might be. I broke a lot of stuff when I was younger. My dad also owns a sheet metal machine shop and I used to work there during the summer, and one time I was machining these parts and my dad came over, and for his credit he didn't getting pissed off. But he was like, here's the paperwork. Here's the calibers. You measure it. I was looking at the wrong numbers on the diagram and machined almost all of these parts to the wrong size. He never told me how much money and time I scrapped out doing that, but yeah, there's some other stories similar to that. Always double check what you are doing. Now he has everyone do a setup part, and when they think it's good they have to take it with the paperwork to one of the programmers to check it out and sign off before they run everything else. Was working at Kroger in high school and was tasked with fixing a paper jam in the bottle return machine. For the ticket showing how many bottles were returned, I used a pressure washer to try to force the paper out. I succeeded, but the store needed a new computer for the machine after that facepum. TBH, it's amazing I wasn't let go. My boss had the patience of a son. The sad tale of a nice piece of wolfenite I still have. Wolfenite, especially nice ones like the one I own, are very expensive. This piece was $100, which may not seem like a lot, but for wolfenite, that's pretty up there, and the thing was only 2 feet long. Took it out the box the moment I got it home from the shop. Damn thing broke in half as soon as I got it in my hands. The bumpy car ride home may have been part of the blame. I still feel bad because it came from an old collection and the collector took really good care of these specimens. And amp X200B. On the bright side, the piece broke in such a way that it just looks like 2 smaller pieces, so I guess I have 2 nice wolfenites now. And amp X200B. Edit. Here's a picture of it. Link. I don't have a picture of it when it was still in one piece. I broke a really expensive vase. I'm talking really expensive. After I broke it, I had to work to pay off its debt by becoming a host in a host club at this posh school I was attending. The guys there made me wear a blazer and make instant coffee all the time. It was nuts. My phone. My family's desktop computer. I basically fried it. We kept periodically losing power every 30 seconds, and every time the power would come back on I would immediately return the computer back on. By the time the power went back on for good, the computer wouldn't turn back on. My parents weren't that upset with me because it was genuine childhood stupidity, but there was quite a bit of money down the drain. Broke 2 couches, one with a button that makes the chair recline and a non-reclinable couch. My friend's phone, he didn't even care. He has like 6 broken phones, he keeps changing them. 500k double-sided lapidary machine. I ducked up a garden faucet while working. The faucet was connected to a flimsy white tube and I pulled the hose a little too much before it broke. Luckily, my co-worker had the tools to fix it and it broke in an easily fixable location. If not, I would have been in deep shit.